Plaintiffs Shanita Garrett and Emil Barnes are suing Shanita's 20-year-old cousin, Cherie Spellman, for crashing their car when Cherie was drunk. Cherie admits to driving and drinking, but says that's no reason for her cousin to threaten to beat her up.
All right, this is a case of Shanita Garrett and Emil Barnes, who are suing Cherie, is it Cherie?
Yes.
Spellman for car damage, and I understand that you're cousins. The women are cousins, or the...
The women are cousins, yes.
Okay. Tell me, how did this car damage occur?
Okay, I want to first say that I love my cousin very much. I want nothing but the best for her, and I've always tried to be a good role model for her and try to be a good example. She always wants people to feel sorry for her, but I can't afford to feel sorry for her anymore. I pressed charges on her to try and make her responsible for what she did.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay.
For her to be responsible, but I don't think that it worked. This is my last resort.
Okay, so what you're saying is you don't want to be here, that you still love her?
I do love her.
How do you feel about the plaintiff?
Me and her was close, throughout the family and everything. It's just when she had her baby, everything changed. It's not a bad reason. It was just how things came out.
Well, how do you feel about her today as you're standing here?
Oh, yeah, I love her.
Good. All right, that's a good start. What's your role in this?
It's my car.
It's your car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how did this car damage happen? Tell me, Shanita.
Okay, on January 31st, 2007, I was getting off work at about 10 o'clock. My cousin called me and said that her and her mother had got into it and she was leaving and she wanted something to do. So I said, I'll come get you. We go party. It was New Year's. I picked her up and I drove down the street to a coworker of mine's house. I was taking something to him. I went in the house. I came out maybe 5-10 minutes later, and as I was coming down the driveway, my car accelerated and slammed into the car in front of it. I was in shock. I stood there, and I'm in shock. So I run over to the car, and as I go to the driver's side, she jumps back to the passenger side, and I'm telling her to get out of the car, because I was mad. I was mad.
So she's in the driver's seat. You see her trying to jump into the passenger seat, and Cherie drove your car into a car in front of her?
Yes.
It was the car in front of her was parked?
Yes.
Did you do that?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Do you have a license?
No, I don't.
Did you have a license at the time?
No, I don't. I never had one.
So what were you doing getting behind the wheel of the car?
I could just say I was drinking that night, and...
Oh, so you were drinking and driving?
Yes.
Without a license?
Yes, I was.
Did she give you permission to drive her car?
No, she didn't.
Okay. So you got driving without a license, drinking and driving, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and you admitted you were drunk. And what happens after that?
She went to my grandmother's house. I had the guy whose car she hit.
What do you mean she went to your grandmother's house?
Well, we were around the corner from my grandmother's house. She left. So
you know what that is? That's 4. Leaving the scene of an accident. You're in a lot of trouble. By the way, you were underage when you were drinking. You shouldn't have been drinking anyway. If you're under the age of 21 in every state in this country, you are not supposed to be drinking. Do you know that?
Yes, I do. But,
But what?
I apologize for crashing the car. It was just the alcohol, because if I was sober, I would never did it.
The alcohol didn't jump into your hand and jump into your mouth. You got the alcohol.
I drank the
it.
alcohol because I wanted to, but I'm talking about the accident itself. I didn't.
What were you doing what did you think you were doing?
I mean, I was drunk.
So sit there in the passenger seat and be drunk.
It was just the alcohol that made me do something stupid. And I'm very sorry for it. I apologize.
Okay, she's sorry. Now what?
I accepted her apology, but that didn't pay for my car to get fixed.
How much damage are we talking about?
My damage was it came to $3,000 something, but they lowered it down to $1,300. But I only had to pay $1,000. That was my deductible. And
all right, let's see. Do you have a police report, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Were you arrested?
Yes, I was.
What happened?
The night of the accident, I was arrested and went downtown to Central Booking, and they really didn't do anything much. They just registered me in and took my mugshot and things, and then they took me home that night afterwards.
Were you charged with a crime?
Yes, I think it was a violation, misdemeanor for driving a vehicle without permission.
Yeah, it's unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
Right.
Did you plead guilty?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not they didn't do nothing. You were convicted.
Right.
Yeah. What was the sentence?
It wasn't any sentence. It was just for me to pay her.
And have you paid her?
No.
Why?
Because I'm a student. I haven't found a job. It's not that I was lazy. It was just because it's short of jobs at the time. I went through
You
several.
work at McDonald's. What are you talking about? I go to McDonald's for my kids all the time, and there are kids in there working, making money.
Yeah, I did that. I'm with several temp agencies, and everything is. I'm
So
trying.
how much have you paid her?
$20.
How much?
$20.
Okay. All right. Let me go through this. Buffalo. This is the Buffalo. I went to college in Buffalo. It's cold in Buffalo on New Year's Eve. Let me tell you. All right. Knowing she did not have permission of the owner, did drive this car. Pontiac strike the rear of a parked vehicle without a license. Did they give you a breathalyzer?
No,
Why?
because by the time I got to the holding center, I was sober.
I told the
I
officer.
wasn't acting under the influence.
Well, wait a minute. How long after you hit the car did you end up going to the police station?
Probably an hour to an hour and a half later.
So why didn't they arrest her for drunk driving?
I told the officer that she had been drinking. He didn't do anything about it.
See, that's a problem. I'd almost like to mention
He said
his
they were
name.
real busy. It was the first of the year, and they had a whole lot of calls. So I'm assuming he just was trying to.
So what's he saying? Buffalo Police Department, New Year's Eve, everybody gets a freebie? I mean, that's not too smart.
I'm assuming so
Not
because I
too
did
smart.
let him know that.
All right. So the deductible is $1,000.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You've asked her to pay it?
Yes, I did.
And what does she say to you?
She can't find a job,
Yeah.
and that's why she can't pay me.
Did she agree to pay you?
No. I believe she has the promissory note.
Do you have a promissory
Yes.
note? So let's see that. Yes. Sherry, you can say something. Talk to me.
I just want to say that the night that she picked me up, she wasn't going to get something from her coworker. She was actually going to get a booty call.
A booty call?
Promissory note.
How do you know? You're
Because-
drunk and in the car.
But that doesn't mean anything. I know she said to me that night. When she picked me up, she told me,
You
we're
were
gonna
able
go.
at the time?
She's not telling the truth, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
We're not
This
going
makes
there.
her feel better.
We're not going there because
Okay.
it's not relevant. You know what that is? It's really not relevant. Why she was stopped is not relevant. The only thing that's relevant is the fact that you were drunk, you were drinking underage without permission, get in the driver's seat, drive her car into a car in front of her, and run away and leave the scene of an accident. That's what's relevant. And now I want to know how you're going to pay her. And on top of it, I have a promissory note. You agreed to pay her.
I signed that promissory note because I was expecting a little settlement from a credit card, but it didn't work out. I thought I was getting some money for it, so that's why I was telling her that I was going to give her something by the end of
Your
April.
Honor, can I say something?
Yes.
She has an excuse every time I ask her to pay me. She crashed my car January 1st. Every time, and then when I ask her for the money, she gets an attitude with me like I'm bothering her. All I want is my money, and she won't have to deal with me again.
All right. Emil, do you want to say anything?
Not really. I mean, everything's pretty much out there. I don't really want to cause a rift between the family, but
It's your car?
Yeah, it's my car.
All right.
It's time for the fair
Pay
is
up.
fair. Yeah.
Fair is fair. Okay. Anything
Can I
else you
please
want to
say
say?
something?
This is it. One more thing.
Okay. She never even called me, actually. She sent me text messages asking me, do you have anything for me? And I would tell her, I haven't found anything. And there was one occasion where she got real mad and told me like she wanted to beat me up or something like, and I told her I wasn't scared. I stopped texting her because there was no point of us going back and forth.
I never
What did
threatened her, Your Honor.
I don't believe you did. The issue is whether or not you damage the car of the plaintiff. There is no question that you damaged the car of the plaintiff. There's no question, to be honest with you, that you got away with 4 crimes and basically were able to escape. Now, it's interesting. I read in one of your statements that is filed with the court that Shanita needs to show me some respect and talk to me like a woman and not ignore me and turn around and sue me. Well, let me give you a little piece of advice, Sherry. Shanita has every right to sue you, ignore you, and not talk to you. She's been waiting since January to get the car paid for. And by the way, she's only suing you for the deductible. She could sue you for a lot more than the deductible. The bottom line is that you owe her $1,000. And I don't care if you signed a promissory note or not. You damaged her car intentionally, negligently, recklessly. I don't care. You damaged her car. You had no right to drive it. You're wrong. Pay her $1,000. So be it.
Thank you, Your Honor.